So see, student, this is the poem Tartary. Okay, and this poem is written by Walter de la Mare. Okay, and this poem is about an imagined kingdom called Tartary. Okay, called Tartary, and the poet, like a child, imagines himself as the lord of his kingdom. The poet is imagining himself that he is the lord of that kingdom, and that kingdom which is full of pleasures and beauty. Okay, now it is a dreamy vision of the riches of the world, and he thinks of having a bed made of the ivory and a throne decorated with the beaten gold. And he wishes to see dancing peacocks in his court, roaring tigers in his forest, and fishes swimming sideways in his pool. He dreams that trumpeters would invite him to every meal for playing loud sounds like a donkey in his courtyard. And the evening is the time when lamps would shine in attractive shades of red and yellow, while musical instruments like harp, flute, and mandolin are played to create a feeling of happiness and pleasantness all around. The poet imagined himself putting on long, loose garment richly woven with the white, green, and golden beads and pearls. Every in the morning, he would wear a different long garment and carry a sharp sword. He imagined that zebras would pull his car through the dark valley of Tartary, his kingdom, and he would own all the fruits of his kingdom and be the owner of the clear rivers. Not only the hill and the valley of Tartary, but also its flashing stars, pleasant wine, and lakes full of water would belong to him. He visualized himself as the owner of the tree, loaded with the citrus fruits and all over the other beautiful things of Tartary. And reading this poem is like a passing through a dream which talks about all the possible luxurious and comfortable of life. Luxurious and comforts of life. So this is the poem Tartary. Now we are moving on the first stanza. If I were a lord of Tartary, myself and me alone, my bed should be of ivory, of beaten gold my throne, and in my court should peacocks flaunt, and in my forest tigers haunt, and in my pools great fishes slant their fins athwart the sun. So here athwart is a preposition, and meaning of the athwart is from side to side or in opposition. Okay, from side to side or in opposition. Now haunt means to live or visit frequently. Haunt means to live or visit frequently. Flaunt means dance in a very particular way so that others will notice. And slant means title in a particular direction or angle. Ivory means tusk. Tusk means the teeth of elephant. This is second stanza, and see here some words are there, that is break. Okay, so what is the meaning of break? To make a harsh loud noise like donkey. Okay, so here the meaning is trumpeter's sound. Now see, second one is mandolin. It is a musical instrument which 4 or 6 pairs of uh, strings. Okay, so that is the mandolin. Okay, trumpeter is also a kind of musical instrument. The one who plays a trumpet. Yes, what is the meaning of trumpet? That trumpeters means who play a trumpet, and trumpet is a musical instrument. Okay. Now see, in the second stanza, the poet is telling, if I were a lord of Tartary, trumpeters every day with to every meal would summon me. Means, if I were a lord of Tartary, then or then trumpeters, they will invite him for the meal. In this stanza, the poet further imagine himself as a king of Tartary and mention his meal time. Okay, see here, there is a line to every meal. So here the poet is mentioning a meal time. Okay, and he says that if he were the king of Tartary, yes, he would call by the trumpeters for the meal, for every meal, and this would become a ceremonial event for him, because trumpeters will come, they will play the musical instrument and they will call him for the every meal with the instrumental music. Okay, so this is the ceremonial event for him, and there would be great trumpeters that would produce heavy and noisy sound. In the evening, there would be lamps of different kinds, and the light emitted by these lamps would be as yellow as pure honey. Okay, so he's telling further that light which is emitted by the lamps would be of color yellow, and this light is pure than honey. Okay, so some of the lights would be as red as pure and bitter wine, and during his meal and even in the evening the players would play upon harp, pipe, and many other musical devices, and all these musical instruments would create sweet and beautiful music. Okay, music sweet and gay means all these instruments will make a beautiful music. Okay, so gay means what? Happy and joyfully. Yes, happy and joyfully, it is adjective and meaning is happy and joyfully. Harp is a string musical instrument. Harp is a string musical instrument. Okay, now see third stanza of the poem. If I were a lord of Tartary, I would wear a robe of beads. White and gold and green they would be, and clustered thick as seeds, and ere should wane the morning star, I would don my robe in and scimitar. And zebra's seven should draw my car through Tartary's dark glades. Okay, so this is the third stanza of the poem. In the third stanza, there are some words that ere. Ere is a old English and meaning is before. Okay, then clustered means group together. Clustered, bunch or group together. Then scimitar, a sword with a curved blade. Sword having curved blade. Then glade. Glade means an open grassy space in forest. An open space in a wood or forest. Okay, grassy space in the forest, that is glade. So here in the third stanza, the poet is telling, okay, he is imagining that if he were a lord of Tartary, if he were the king of that kingdom. Okay, so see in the third stanza, he is telling about himself. He is telling something about himself, and he says that if he were the king of Tartary, he would wear the dress pure of pearl. Okay, he would wear a dress which is robe means here a kind of dress. Okay, robe means a long and loose piece of clothing worn by people of high rank. Okay, see the king. Okay, see the king wore a type of robe, type of clothes, that is the robe. Okay, So see, robe means a long and loose piece of clothing worn by people for high rank. Now see, here in the third stanza, the poet is describing about himself, and he says that if he were the king of Tartary, he would wear a dress which is pure pearl. Okay, and pearl would be of color that is white, then gold and green. All these pearls would be mixed and would be a thick as grains of seeds. Okay, so he's telling that whatever robe I will wear, that should be made of the pure uh, pure pearl, and the pearl would be in the color of white, gold and green, and also they just mix, yes, and they also would be a thick as a grain of seeds. Further, the poet wishes that he would be wear his dress and his small sword before the waning of the morning star. This would mean that he would prepare himself very early in the morning, and his carriage would be drawn by the seven specific horses, and these horses known as the zebras. Okay, and these horses would draw his carriage through the deep and dark shades and clearing of Tartaries. So this is the third stanza of the poem. Now in the fourth stanza, the poet is telling that Lord of the fruits of Tartary, her rivers silver pale, Lord of the hills of Tartary, green thicket, Glen thicket, wood and dale, her flashing stars, her scanted bees, her trembling lake like a foamless seas, her bird delighting citron trees in which purple well. So in the fourth stanza, the poet is telling, see first we will see the words glen means a narrow valley. Okay, a narrow valley. Now next, thicket, a dense group of bushes or trees. Dale means valley. Saturn trees means trees that produce a lemon like fruit. Okay, means the tree of orange in valley. Okay, so here in the fourth stanza, the poet further telling that if he were the king of the imaginary kingdom, Tartary, he would be the sole owner of its silvery pale rivers. Okay, water of these rivers would be very clear and tasty. Then he would be king of its fruit of all types. Then hills of the land of Tartary would be his, and the gorgeous bushes, tall trees, and all the valley would be under his command and under his control. He would enjoy all the natural objects, and the bright stars shining in the sky and the perfume morning air would also pleased him. See here her flashing stars, her scanted breeze, her trembling lake like a foamless seas, her bird delighting citron trees in every purple wave. So he's telling the bright star shining in the sky and the perfume morning air would be please him. Okay. Then the shivering lakes of Tartary would be like the quiet and motionless oceans. These would be beautiful, juicy trees of different kinds of fruit like lemon, like oranges. And these would be attract birds and would delight him as well as the birds in the beautiful Red Valley. And red because of fruits and colorful flowers. And this imaginary kingdom would please the poet all the time. Okay, it gives happiness all the time to the poet. All the beautiful natural objects mentioned by the poet shows his deep love for the nature. And all these imagination mentioned here that showing for a deep love for the nature. Okay, so the poem is describing picture of an imaginary kingdom, Tartary, and okay, students. So this is poem Tartary. Okay, so some students are telling that voice is breaking.